What's going on? What's going on? Brutus here with another MLCW War Recap video. Team WBT versus AxeYouSomethin. Shoot, let me ask you something. Anyway, came down with the victory. This is week 2 of the... Actually, I'm sorry, week 3 of the MLCW Minor League Champions War League. Team WBT, AxeYouSomethin, came away with the victory. Team WBT on top, 86-82. Total destruction, 95.2 to 94. I know who AxeYouSomethin is, and I don't think this was them at their best. No disrespect to them at all. I've seen them, and I know they're a very, very good clan, and this score doesn't quite capture that. So I did want to say that out loud. I don't think it was a good showing on their part. They were able to double the top Town Hall 11s and then left 1, 2, 3, 4. Town Hall 10s uncleared, and then Team WBT doubled the top 11s and left 1 Town Hall 10 uncleared. I think at the end we even went for an 11 on 11 wick. No, I guess he didn't. Man, we were, for a dip fail to end the war, we were pushing for an 11 on 11. But I think practice on the other end is what we opted for. How did this transpire? If you take a look at defenses alone, it's the Town Hall 10 game. But the 9s also were a part of that. I believe this was Team WBT, one of their stronger wars. He had about a total of 13 attempts from AxeYouSomethin onto the WBT. Did pretty well on percentage. I believe they had on top, but you're robbing away opportunities to practice more and more and get the all elusive 10 on 10 or the holy grail. Actually, 11 on 11 would be that. If you take a look at WBT versus AxeYouSomethin, there was number 2 that sucked away a few attacks, but we only used 9 instead of 4 less attacks. And if you think the other part is the Town Hall 9 game did so well. 2 of these 9 attacks were Town Hall 9 scouts. So yeah, really good job there. If you take a look at the dip percentage, they had some heartbreakers. I mean, that's if you look at the final score, it being 86-82, 84-86 is probably what more indicative of what you would expect for a close war. Here's 2 dip fails that would have brought it there. Unfortunate for them. And if you take a look at our side, we had 1 dip fail at the end, Wick the Wild. I don't think the pressure was quite as high as it should have been because the war was already in hand. But I'm not making any excuses. So there that is. If you take a look down a little bit further, that enabled a lot of things. There's a ton of beer runs on WBT side. Town Hall 9s came out blazing. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 beer runs. And looking at the 9s down here, we have 1, 2, 3 beer runs. So yeah, there it is. Let's go into the replays. Going to use this as a cleanup attempt. So we'll use that one before because it shows Queen Charge versus a Stone Bolalo and a Gobo rather. And I think that's a great talking point video about in a cleanup format. And I had plans. So we'll start on number 4. This is a 10v10 fresh by Alex, which I thought was gangster. Going to do a Queen Walk Bolalo. Look at these. 2 bowlers. 1 on each side, and then for a bowler air defense trade. So total of 12 troop space to get rid of 2 air defenses. I could have sworn that he got them. Did I miss that? Or he weakened them severely? He got the left one at least, right? Oh man, look at that. They're this 1 more bounce. I could have sworn he had those bowler trades, but I guess I was wrong. Well, it shows me not looking at the replay closely. But it is fresh, that I can guarantee. So Queen Walk here. Starts it on the left side, opens up that wall, jump in for the King to get the Infernal Tower. CC comes out, partial lure, then comes the rest of the Hound. But the BK aggroes the Hound first, which is pretty good timing. Apologize, I have a cold here. Poison for the Queen encounter. Lets the BK get the Infernal Tower, but doesn't. If you look, it's like all we need is a breeze to come by to bring that thing down. and it'll go down. So, but it's got its job here. I mean, it's basically done. So just one drop and it's done, and then it continues on its way. And then same thing with that air defense that was remaining. It maybe had 1 or 2 shots on the hound before the loons came in and took care of that. And then he just sends it over with his queen walk still in hand, and he still has an ability in hand, which is really the shining moment of this raid, given the attention to detail with that Balder, 12 troop space, almost taking out 2 air defenses. Well, I could have sworn he did, but clearly he didn't. But it was smart enough that it was able to bring down the air defenses quite quickly because they were so wounded. And then the timing of the BK to get the aggro of the hound before the queen did was also smart. Almost brought down that infernal tower, but a bomb and a Tesla kind of impeded that, slowed him down some. Plus you got the hound just, you know, knowing you throughout it as well, not doing much damage though. Pop's ability at the very end, because he needs more troops on the map for cleanup, will go to ×2. Was really a nice, impressive, fresh 10v10-3. I think this was the first 10v10 attack of the war, so really set us off in the right direction. He's got an unpopped hound here. Yeah, just really nice job. So there's that one. We'll go down to number 8. I was going to use this one in a cleanup video as well, but I mean, it really doesn't showcase any of some good talking points. I failed miserably on this. We were trying to do a walk dragon attack, and the plan was solid, but it was extremely risky and rested solely on making sure that you got a really hard funnel in at the top right. And in my scenario, I lost my queen the moment of the walk, and game over. My queen was supposed to get all the 4 air defenses. It was built upon a plan from Desal. And I think it was Alex that also had a portion of it, almost had it down with the high 80, 90%. Just things didn't quite go, a few tweakings needed. And then Conti Ball's coming here and just totally reinvents the wheel and says, you know, I'm just gonna bitch attack the base. You know, he didn't have very many options of what was remaining. Like some bases that were available, he already hit on. So I personally, and I'll say this through the in this video, I didn't see this working. I looked at this base, I'm like, I would not bowler witch attack this base. No way. Conti's like, get on my level, son. So he just YOLO sends in that bitch attack, double jump, and pulls down the 3. But this came down. He was the last Town Hall 10 attack of the war. I'm salty because I suck and I failed. And 5 minutes after this, he comes in with this, and I'm watching him just manhandle the base. And it looks like at this point everyone's, oh, that's 3. He's got a queen ability in hand. He's got witches on the bottom that's about to be picked off, but he has 2 witches at the top, couple of bowlers. He's got a hut at the top. And if you watch the replay, if you rewind just a little bit, this quite literally came down to a 0.5 or 0.75 second left on the clock, or 1 second. So close. Queen is wounded. Stu has the ability. She gets into a stream. He pops that ability to give her back that 1,000 hit point or 500 or 8, I don't forget what it is. But whatever that comes back, he's held on to the, I think he swags a spell because really the infernal streams aren't being distracted. It's still locked onto the queen, but it's only doing like 40 DPS on the queen, so it's enough to manhandle it down. Excellent job, Conti's, holding up the Town Hall 10 game for us. Nice job, man. We'll go down to number 12, and we have Shayna here doing a witch attack, queen walk, Pekka witch attack. Really like this combination. I saw this, and I was like, this is nice. He's got 5 witches at each corner of the base and 2 healers. To blow my nose here and mute the comment. Hopefully that didn't mess up too much of the audio. That's my first attempt muting myself in mid-recording. I apologize. I have a wicked cold the past couple of days, a head cold, and it sucks, and I don't want to be sniffling throughout the recap. I know it's highly annoying. So I apologize for that, and thank you for understanding. Okay, so, excuse me, 5 witches on each side, and he goes straight into the teeth of point defense and splash defense. But having 2 healers behind that is really all you need is 1, but having 2 healers behind that keeps up the witches after they take that bounce or blast from splash and just keep going. And he's got royals behind some bowlers, and I believe a golem, to basically take out the core. I mean, this is like textbook what you want to look for with this type of an attack. Plus, oh, I'm sorry, not golem, a pekka. And what I really enjoyed about it was just the use of the pekka, you know, the variation in this army. And I think that that this raid, and there was another one that I believe Sheena went for a 6-pack or a beer run, that I really saw versatility and uniqueness with this by adding the pekka versus a golem. I really liked it. You know, you got two the witch walk or witch slap that you usually see doesn't really have a pekka in there, and I kind of liked it. It really, to me, made the core a lot stronger, and I might want to play with that myself. So instead of having 34 golem, you just bring a giant and a pekka for the gut. So there's that one with 12. We'll go down to number 13 with Brutal Mikey. Yeah. Going to take advantage of two air defenses right here, using wall breakers for that. Barbarians on the corners, both 12 and 6 o'clock to fish out any Teslas. Wizard down for the funnel. And that's for the BK. BK will take, Baby Dragon, to really make sure that funnel goal happens the way you want it to. One test wall breaker, then the rest. No doubt that'll open up for the Queen, and Queen now has access to these two air defenses. That's a done deal. It is slow developing at the beginning. So we'll go to ×2, and then dragons for the non-covered sweepers blowing like this. Like that. So basically that top section is completely out of the equation. And now you're just going to drag, mass drag, the right side going straight into the Queen. Didn't need any Zap Quakes or Skeletons to bring down the air defenses. Just straight, which allows you to have an extra heal. So you rage past the Queen, and then had an extra heal so I could make sure that they're healthy coming through. And then healthier coming back up. As we take a look right here on the back end, you got one max sound from the CC with a couple of haste, which allow you to have targeted loons that take down more defenses at once and then continue to act as a tank for the dragons, which I know is so weird to say, but if you take a look at the replay, the air defense shoots some of the loons after they take out their initial targets on the way in. They also bring up some Black Sams, and so that takes out, 5 troop space as opposed to a Black Sam taking out a dragon. Not to mention 1 or 2 shots not going into a dragon means a healthier dragon that encloses upon an air defense. And then what you're left over with is 3 wicked healthy dragons on the back end versus 2-point defense. That's a ton of HP in the air. So ×4 to that, and there's the end of that one. Well, to finish this off, let's go down to 21. Excuse me. Man, I gotta get over this. 21. Evil Justin. Again, witches. 5 witches, 1 golem, and a back-end loon. Baby Dragon for the funnel on the left. Shattered Entry on the right. Or the semi towards the gut, I guess. 2 jumps. You can see he's aiming for all 4 air defenses. Or, you know, honestly, he's got a back-end Lalo, I believe, is what he has in there. But that's what I would have in there. Looking at this, how this is... Nope, he's got bowlers. So he's got loons just for the surrounding structures. As the air defenses go down, that's when he'll drop those loons. Baby Dragon in the CC. There's that double jump. Kind of missed the Queen compartment, but maybe he didn't want to go into there. She'll hop into the other compartment anyway. BK ability used. Here comes the surrounding loons, complementary loons that take away point. I call them satellite defenses left around the edges after the core is gutted out. Queen ability Stew in hand, and he just sprinkles in the loons and get the fuck out of here. I mean, really patient on that loons. He waited for the air defenses to go down before he starts sending them in. And then he just starts, as one gets air targeting gets distracted, he sends 2 more loons on that. And look at the patience being demonstrated right here. No need to send the loons at the air defense quite yet until they start targeting the water loons coming in. And he wants to send it in a way so that the wizard tower targets 1 loon coming in and not the water loons, so that he has more healthier loons come this portion of the raid that they collapse upon on the left side, and the queen ability gets the bottom side with the wizard on the top finishing that out. Just really nice and textbook kind of stuff, and use of troops for a base like this that allowed for it. Go to times 2, nothing but clean up. Nice job, Evil Justin. And that'll do it for this recap of the MLCW week number 3. Good win. Hopefully you can ride this 2-week winning streak into number 4 and keep that ball rolling. Respect out to AxeYouSomethin. Great war. Good luck to you guys in the rest of your season. Once again, it's Brutus reminding you, you got to be better than a double. And now we'll check you next time.